What's up, guys? Coach Matt and YugoProBaseball.com here with Brent Porcio, Top Velocity, and we're going to talk your philosophy on it, what they could do to work on it.
So to me, like, accuracy is, and there's two ways we define really accuracy. It's, some people call it control, command, accuracy, precision. So basically, control or accuracy is I can get it into the zone. I'm just somewhere in the zone. Precision, command is I can get it in the zone in the bottom right corner. So ideally, we want to have command, right? So here's the focus. To do that, we have to be first consistent with our mechanics. If I'm consistent with my mechanics, then I can predict where my ball is going to be at release, right? If I'm not consistent with it, then I can't predict where my ball is going to be at release. Then it's going to be hard for me to predict where I'm going to locate the pitch or be as precise of where I'm going to hit the pitch, the target every time. So once we have consistency, which means you've done it enough, like you've put in enough reps where it's become muscle memory, and it's like you don't have to think about it. It just happens, and you know where you're going to be every time. You can be consistent with bad mechanics. You can be consistent with good mechanics. So accuracy and precision is affected by mechanics, but it's not affected by mechanics. If you're just really good at consistently doing these bad mechanics, you probably can locate pretty well, right? But ideally, if you understand your mechanics and you get consistent, you then can do two things. You can not only predict where you're going to be every time, but if you're not there, you know how to make the change to get there. And that's the difference to me between someone trying to be accurate with bad mechanics to good mechanics, is the bad mechanics, if that day for some reason they're not consistent, they're struggling. You know, they got the yips. They're struggling to hone it in and fix the problem. So that's where the mechanics become very important. So outside the consistency, here's the mechanical components that help us stay accurate or precise. And that is linear energy. The more linear energy I create, specifically in my trunk, to where I want to go, it's more easy that I can make corrections and adjustments because I'm going to be more than likely locating more in a more precise area, right? So, but if I'm really rotational and I'm spinning off, think about just the angular aspects of it. I'm going to be, you know, I could release here, and then I release over here. I'm trying to find a point where my arm crosses the zone, as opposed to when I go linear, I'm already in the zone, moving towards the zone. It just comes down to a point of the timing where I miss in that direction, which more likely it's going to be in the area. It comes down to missing up and down. So typically when guys are rotational, their misses are left to right. Typically when guys are more linear, their misses are up and down, but better chance they're still more accurate going forward. So here's the thing, if I keep missing arm side, and I know I'm pulling and I'm rotational, that means I'm dragging my arm. So my adjustment needs to be get more linear power with separation and carry more trunk forward. Now I'm not arm side. Now I'm in the middle of the plate as long as my energy is going that way. Now it's, hey, did I miss up? Then my trunk finished up. Or did I miss in the dirt? Maybe I transferred my trunk early. Now I'm making those adjustments to the up or down. So if I keep missing up, I'm going to try to get more power and carry my trunk more into the target, and then I'll miss in the zone. And so the point is like, if I'm too rotational, I'm missing left or right. If I get good linear, I'm missing up and down. That's where I'd rather miss. I can make better adjustments there, and I'm in the zone. And at that point, it comes down, can I correct? Like I went from missing glove side, glove side, glove side. Now I made that correction to get more linear. Now I'm hitting the middle of the target, but now I want to shift over to the inside part of the plate. So now I'm going to carry, maybe I'm going to stride a little bit in that direction. I'm going to carry my energy a little bit more towards that side. Now I'm going to get consistent there and my confidence there, and now that's where I'm locating. So that's how I would do it if you're using a good biomechanical understanding to be becoming accurate or precise.
Very nice. Two things I want to add to that. One, I did an old video a long time ago about I measured off being offline with the land foot. I was off like 3 or 4 inches, and then I took a piece of string and went down to the plate, and that 3 or 4 inches turned into over a foot over here. So something very small here can make a big difference over there in your direction. So direction is huge. Second thing I like to talk about when it comes to pitching accuracy or command is visualization, just kind of having the confidence, conviction, but also seeing it before it happens. You know, I used to see like a laser beam almost. You know, I kept my eyes open, but I'd see that laser beam hit the catcher's target mitt where I wanted to throw that ball, and that just helped me execute on the pitch a little bit better.
But I think it makes a good point. I think there is more than one way to do this. You know, I gave you away, another coach give you away. I've had debates with coaches that it isn't even biomechanical. It's just a mindset, like you were saying. And at the end of the day, I understand all that. But what it comes down to, there's many different things that are affecting your accuracy or precision. And ultimately, I believe you got to get good at understanding all of them if you're really going to be good at it.
Let's talk about real quick the guys who say that it doesn't matter how hard you throw, it's all about accuracy. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, Zach Greinke did that in a minor league game or in a spring training game. He went out and threw like 80 to 82 and located his pitches and got hit all over the place, and he wanted to prove that velocity is important. I think that was a very good lesson, and I typically land on that side of, yeah, I understand when guys want to do the debate of, well, if you're throwing 100 and you can't find the zone, how are you going to be good? I get that, but if you're 80, 82 in big league ball and you're painting and putting the ball wherever you want, how are you going to fool someone? Because at the end of the day, what is velocity? Velocity is the amount of time they have to see what you're doing. It's the amount of time they have to see what strategies are you using against them. And when you cut that time off with velocity by giving them like they say like 100-mile-an-hour fastball is like 0.2 of a second, your eye barely even has time to adjust to see where it is at that point. So you're never going to win the velocity argument. Do we need it? Do we don't? Because it's such a key piece to creating deception and to fooling the hitter because you're giving them less time to react.
Not only that, but it's something that is very measurable. So people use it, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, we use it in the baseball world to see, oh, this guy's throwing 90 miles an hour. Okay, he could play at our school. That's like a get in the door, marker. That's
right.
what,
But to me, why does that? Because it levels the playing field. Because if you're looking at a scout's looking at a kid playing, a little bitty C high school and dealing, and then he's got a kid doing average in the biggest high school in the country, how does he know the caliber or the level of these two pitchers? He needs measurables, more measurables than velocity, but velocity is a key measurable to understand, well, look at this kid, he's dominating with an 82-mile-an-hour fastball, and this kid's just getting by with a 90, probably because the level of play is off, and that gives him an understanding maybe that kid is not as good as he looks because he's at a smaller level at a lower speed.
So I guess the best answer is the best players do both. You got to be able to do both.
Do it all. Like yeah. Where does that ever go wrong? You've got to do it all. What do you think makes a professional?
Right.
A highly skilled person who can do it all.
Right. Absolutely. Brent and I shot a video where we talked about 4 tips to instantly increase your pitching velocity. So if you're someone who does have the accuracy and command and you're looking to increase that velocity, definitely check that out because we talk about 4 big things that kind of grasp your program in a nutshell. And if you follow these big ideas and you watch that video and you implement the stuff, you're going to see some huge results. So all you got to do is click the first link down in the description. It'll take you to a page. You enter your first name and your email. We'll shoot you that video over right away. And watch it and check it out. Let us know what you think because we know it's going to help. So thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, Brent.
Yep. Thanks, Sean.
But this video right here, we're going to talk about pitching velocity leaks, where guys are leaking their velocity, and we're going to make this a little bit fun. We're going to have a competition. I'm going to give you one leak. He's going to give you one leak. We haven't talked about this. We don't even know what we're going to talk about. We're just kind of freestyling right now. But in all seriousness, this is going to be some good stuff because